Plymouth is really beautiful. It's completely breathtaking. The beaches are beautiful, the surrounding area is beautiful. I was doing some exploring though today and I saw something that completely blew me away. The plastic. The plastic. Another plastic. Fishing line. Bit of rubber. Plastic. That's in 20 seconds. I was coming into a natural cove onto a beach that I'd spotted on Google Maps, and what I saw really was disturbing. I saw a small orange flash on the beach and I assumed it was just a small bit of debris. As I got closer, as I brought the dinghy up to the beach, I couldn't believe what I found. The entire beach was covered in plastic. Like anywhere you put your foot down, there was plastic there. In the area just where I landed the beach, literally in the 1 meter radius around the boat, I managed to fill a shopping bag's worth full of plastic, and in about an hour, just as the tide was coming up, I was able to fill about 20 kilos worth of a rubble bag. So that's about 40 pounds worth of plastics on one beach. The beach was only 50 meters long. So it's the next day. I really didn't expect to find what I did yesterday, but I've been lucky enough today that there's another weather window. So the tide is going to be low enough and the weather should be calm till about 1 o'clock. So I'm going to head back to the beach and see if I can get the rest of the plastic that I found yesterday. Really the last in 3 beaches that I visited during the day. So I only had an hour to pick up what was left before the tide was coming up. And the tide in those kind of beaches, when it does come up, it can leave you pretty well stranded. So today I've got much better chance of being able to go in, wait for the tide to go out, catch everything as the tide's going out, and then get out of there before the weather closes in towards the middle of the day today. One of the things that's a little bit hard to show in this video is quite how rough the sea is outside that sea wall. So while it looks quite calm in these videos, it's actually quite challenging to get there. The other thing that you don't really see is how much plastic there is in just such a small space. I spent just over 2 hours on the beach yesterday. I think the thing that I was most worried about was actually being able to get back off it with the amount of stuff that I'd picked up. I wasn't sure if I was able to load it into the dinghy, and then if I had loaded it into the dinghy, whether I'd be able to get the whole thing floating. The other big concern here was the weather. You might not be able to see it, but in the background here you can see a cold front coming in. And I needed to get out of there before that came in because it was going to be a zero visibility situation. When I got back to the harbour, it was just caught up with me, but I really had to gun it to get back. The next challenge was actually just getting it out of the dinghy. I couldn't lift it by hand because it was too heavy, so I ended up using the same way we pull the dinghy out of the water, craned it out with a winch. And as you can see, there's all sorts of waste on that beach: rope, quite a lot of fishing nets, bits of rubber, lots of plastics, lots of kind of bottles and that kind of thing. Pretty sad, really. There's still a lot more to clean up from that beach, so I'm going to try and find some local help and maybe get some people over on the weekend. Hope you like this video. I appreciate it's a bit of a departure from normal sailing type content, but I thought it was something that was really important to highlight. It's very difficult to come and find some of these places, even when they're only just out of sight, like this place that was 5 miles away from Plymouth.